Oi, Kimasabi, back with another one. So this is EU. So the past forecast, I said I was looking for EU to go to a certain point. Let's go to a high time frame and put it on one screen so it's better. And in the past video, I was saying that um, I was waiting for market to come to a certain point, and I was looking at here. So now EU finally started to move, and yeah, that's basically it. So at the time, market was I think around here at the time. So from before, I missed a good entry below here, but I got a good entry here. So I had a first entry, but I got stopped out at break even because just a few minutes ago, or a few hours ago, or like 2 hours ago, it stopped me out at break even and I entered again. So this is one thing I see the market doing a lot. The market stops out people just to engineer enough liquidity to go to the designated destination. And that's what happened. So I was right on EU, but now on Gbpjpy, I read my bias wrong. Even if I'm in bias on this one, the sells that I took before um, also got stopped out at break even, but I switched my bias. So my first entries on that, my second entry on that was around here. My first entry on that was here. So I got stopped out early, but then I got it back right here. Took some partials, but I did not take enough that I wanted because honestly my analysis was still aiming for down. But just a few minutes ago I switched my bias because if I'm looking at it wrong, if I'm looking at it right now, right, most impulses is making new high highs and stronger than ever. Now, at that time, I thought it was a reversal. So, once you start making a bias and whatnot, it's kind of hard to see the opposite end because you're trying to create a bias and stick to that bias. And you know what's really hard is when you're switching your bias because a lot of people have this ego where they don't want to be wrong, but in forex you can't think like that at all. So on GBPJPY, I was wrong, and I took one L. I took another good trade, which compensated for my L, and now the most recent one was right here, and this one was a scalping trade because today is Friday and I only have that amount of span to work with. So this basically is my range. This is the range I'm working with, and in that range, um, I started at the middle of this range right here. Okay, so I missed about a good amount of pips in the beginning, which is the bottom of that range, and I wasn't aware, so about 60 pip. But still looking for market to go higher, so I'm not too worried about it. This was a good entry. We caught the lows, and I'll post it later on throughout the day. But if I'm switching my bias and now the bias is correct, I don't think that the market is gonna head towards these lows anymore because it seems really bearish. But in this range where I'm working with, it's bullish. So in the 4 hour time frame, it's actually bullish. It broke these highs. Um, Transition already occurred. Market being new high, 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 low, high, high, and it held the higher low. After these two bullish candles from the H4, I said, okay, most likely it's gonna stop me out of break even. Let me just take my partial and switch my whole bias again. So this is why I tell people, like, I could say one thing, but in between the trade and how I analyze and I'm breaking down the market for myself and trying to link the puzzle together, everything changes. So this now is DXY. The reason why I entered EU is because DXY showed me one thing that I love very, very much, where the market is now transitioning. To people, it looks like it's an uptrend. It seems really like an uptrend, but a current movement, price action, impulse, consolidation, and huge impulse to the downside. So I didn't know really and actually that the market is going to drop that hard. But once it showed me those rejections on EU, perfect. So I'll see how it's gonna react on Monday, the upcoming week. I know it's gonna hit these highs. Like this one for sure, I know it's gonna reach for these highs, and I'll try to see if I could enter off of this even more next week. So let's go on a weekly time frame and check how this is going on. Yeah, a huge bearish candle followed by engulfing, pretty much tricked a lot of people. But basically that's my analysis. And as you can see, guys, I only look at 2 pairs. DXY is just to like just to confirm something, but basically I only look at 2 pairs. But yeah, this is Kimosabi and Kimosabi How. I hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you for watching the end of this video. Leave a like,